be? How likely is it for these talks to actually produce a diplomatic solution between the two sides?
There's certainly quite a long way to go before we get a solution, some sort of sustainable peace and negotiated settlement. I think what the mediators, led by the African Union, will be pushing for is a cessation of hostilities agreement as a first step to stop the fighting. But because there is actually ongoing military confrontations inside Tigray, with the federal government and its Eritrean allies really trying to establish control over Tigray, it is a challenging task in itself just to get that cessation of hostilities agreement.
And William, I mean, this has been going on for years now, and it's certain that one of the reasons why these two sides have not been able to reconcile their differences is because one of them is not making concessions. Which side is it?
It is a bit more complicated than that. The war started because of a political and constitutional dispute between the federal and Tigray leaders, and Eritrea's government has got involved. What the Tigray leadership this year has been asking for is for the lifting of a blockade on Tigray, but the federal authorities didn't seem willing to do that during the sort of first effort at the peace process we've had this year. Since then, obviously, we've relapsed into very serious fighting. And the objective is just to get back to the stage where the fighting can be paused, and then the two parties, the federal and Tigray authorities, can begin to discuss their differences that lie at the root of this war.
Okay, and William, before I let you go, so as I understand, you're hopeful these talks could possibly pave the way for a diplomatic resolution between the two sides.
We are seeing these talks occur in the midst of continuing military confrontations. Of course, it's positive that these formal talks are beginning. Representatives from the federal and Tigray sides are going to meet. But there are challenges just to getting a cessation of hostilities agreement. There are also other major obstacles, not least the continued engagement of Eritrea's military in the conflict in Tigray. And Eritrea's government has shown no interest in a negotiated settlement here. So that could be another major obstacle to peace.
William Davison, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time.